Hey, what's up everybody? Paul here, Left Coast Model Car Builds. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope your first week of the year is off to a good start. Not too bad here. Want to get some bench time in today, but I actually did some cleaning up around here, going through some stuff. And that got me onto the Rivieras. As you know, we got the 57 here. Got a 63 Riviera. Picked it up some time back. Started working on it. It's got a rebuilt nail head in it. The suspension's airbagged. And starting to chip away a little more at it. So, you know, I've built a few 65 Rivieras. I love Rivieras regardless. 3, 4, 5s, even getting into the 6s, 8s, 9s. I mean, really cool cars across the board. But the 5s I kind of built too, just to look at colors, wheels, getting ideas on mine back when I first got it. And so as you'll see the pictures in here of those, little video on the 2 that are built. Then we're going to walk through the original 63, 64, and 65 AMT kit. So we got a number of these. I think we started buying them probably back way before I had my actual real 63. But really cool cars. So going through clean stuff, found a box that had a couple 3s, couple 4s, couple 5s. And thought, oh, that'll be fun. Kind of do a little walkthrough on those. So anyhow, trying to keep this video from getting too long because we're taking a quick look at 3 kits. Not going to walk through, you know, full details like we do on a Throwback Thursday. But having those and some shots of the 265s I've built and everything, trying to keep this minimal. So anyhow, enjoy guys, and we'll be right back here to dive into some Riviera stuff. All right, everybody, so here are some of the 63, 4, and 5 Rivieras we've got out here. We've got some more put away, but as you can see, here is original 63. Should have another 63 there. Then we got some 64s. Another 64. And then there's some of the original 65s. Looks like the reissue. 2 more there. $1.75. Well, I wish that's how it was, right? So let's go ahead and take one each of these and crack them open. Some of them may have the chrome pulled out because we were redoing some chrome. That's why these ones are here, and like I say, the other ones are put away. But all complete, all in pretty good shape. So give me a second here and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, so here is the first 65 Riviera that I built. Now this was probably built back in, I'm going to say about 2004 maybe? 2004, 2005. I had probably, at the time I built this, as I mentioned earlier, not necessarily a slump buster, because I was probably out of the hobby for, gosh, probably at least a good 2 years, maybe even longer. The color here is Candy Tangerine, House of Colors, and I believe that is over an Orion silver base. Got some baby moons, thin whites, you know, blacked out the grill a little. Definitely not the cleanest build. Try to see if I can get in a little on the interior here. Added some gauge decals. I don't remember if they came in this kit. It's got brown flocking. Little bit of detail here with this one on the under the hood. Nothing crazy. Just built the nail head, added spark plug wires. That was about it. You know, these are not the most detailed kits out of the box. So again, this was a basic build, AMT 65 Riviera. You know, and again, this goes back to, we have a 63, a real one. And so initially it was kind of getting some ideas. You know, that's why I've always liked the Rivieras, the models, the real cars. But when we got the 63, well, I found 63 and 64s at NNL's, eBay, swap meets. The 65s were a lot more cost efficient to get some ideas of colors, wheels, how it would look, you know, and then eventually as I get a idea more dialed in, then I'll tap into one of those 63 kits, those originals. All right, so that's the first one that was done, the House of Colors Candy Tangerine. Give me a second now, and we'll flip into the second one that was built probably about 2 years after this one. Give me 1 second here. All right, so here is the second AMT 65 Riviera I built. This one's a House of Colors True Blue Pearl. Pretty much out of the box, similar to the orange one. It's got the wire wheels. I just put a wider white wall on there. This one's got the black flocking, an off-white for the seats, a lighter blue on the dash. And then this one, if you notice, I've left the molding that sits under the rear window. The door handles are still on. Took off some of the emblems, but left those, whereas on the orange one, the body's pretty much been smoothed off. This one, curbside, did not, no engine, anything like the other one. But again, happy with them both. I mean, they're both of these were built at a point where I hadn't been in the hobby probably for a couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised if after I built that candy orange one, that was probably the last build I had up until this one a couple of years later. But you can kind of see, really, overall, clean builds. You know, nothing crazy. You know, they look good sitting there on the shelf. You know, maybe take them to the NNL. And again, these were more so getting ideas on colors, wheels, stuff, kind of ideas for the real one. Just having a good time, you know, building these. Trying to get a better lighting. The lighting does not do these justice as far as the colors. I'll have to see if I can get something else there. But anyhow, so those are two AMT 65 Rivieras I've built. We've got another one started from years ago in primer that has a slight chop top, you know, brought it down just a little. And I think we've got one other in primer too. Like I say, I love these Rivieras, the 3, 4s, 5s, like the other years too, but 3s, 4s, and 5s are definitely my favorites. You know, so anyhow, let me bring up our other information. We'll have some pictures too of a few that I like, 1-to-1s. And let me go ahead and bring out a magazine here I want to go ahead and take a look at. So give me a second here, guys. All right, everybody, so let's take a quick look at the box here on the 63. They got new for 63 only in AMT model car kits. Do you get authentic speed equipment from such leading manufacturers? Pretty cool if they did all that. You know, our price $112, man, that would be nice. Then you got just across the board some of the parts they are putting in these customizing series kits. And you got their customizing team of George Barris, the Alexander brothers, Gene Winfield and Bill Cushenberry, all top tier customizers. If you're into customs, you definitely know those guys. Then they kind of have a general box art here up top. So, you know, 63 was the first year of the Rivi. That's kind of cool. Check out that custom steering wheel. Beautiful car. So that's what I have here in the backyard that we're working on and off. So some of the differences, or at least main differences, you actually have the tail lights and the body on the 3s and 4s, not in the bumper like the 5s. Same thing in the grille. You had the headlights there on the 3s and 4s instead of tucked away hidden. Really clean body here, clean glass. Got some little dimples in here have to be worked out, but you can see how clean that is. Otherwise, though, ideally, you know, the 3, 4, and 5s, very similar in body design outside of just some of the trim, front and rear. Let's look at just kind of a quick little look here. Nothing too crazy, but what's interesting are the customizing options they give you. Probably pretty cool, but myself, I'd probably build this over and over, more on the stock, looking like the stock version, just cleaning up the door handles, emblems, making a nice 60s style cruiser. And we're just doing kind of a quick look here. I don't want this video to go too long, but as I said, just kind of a little overview on the Rivies, and you know, there's some of my favorite cars all around out there. You know, it'd be awesome to see a 3 or 4 reissued, or well, probably couldn't reissue because the 5s are probably off the mold, but be redone. I'm sure people would enjoy that. Chrome here is going to need some love at some point when it gets done, but all in all, pretty good shape though. All right, well, give me a second here and we're going to tap into a 64. All right, so here you can see the box on the 64, customized by Gene Winfield. That's interesting. I mean, you know, I'd probably build one like that if I had a lot more. I mean, we've got a few of these 3s and 4s, but I don't know if I have enough I'd want to build one like that. Maybe, who knows? You know, there's a little race version. You got your little side art there. Talking about your candy colors. All right, give me a second. Let me get this open. All right, so here's a look at some of the parts in there. Chrome on this is quite nice. As you can see, again, you've got the headlights in the grille, just your rear bumper, everything for your nail head, and again, tail lights in the body. Another, again, really clean body, glass. Really lucky on some of these that we've found. Your white walls, stuff there. '64 Buick Riviera 3-in-1. I'll walk you through the nail head. You know, all very basic again. You got your rally version, your stock version, and again, you know, your custom version there. Again, really cool stuff here with these. Now we're going to get into the 5, which I'm sure a lot more folks are familiar with. Maybe not the original, but the model kit itself. So give me a second. Let's tap into that. All right, and here is the 65. You guys may kind of be familiar with the box art. I think recently Round 2 had the re-release of this. Very similar. Give me a second here. I'm going to open this one up. We'll take a look. All right, so here you can see a whole different set of stuff here. You know, really cool stuff. And again, lucky here with the nice clean body. So here you can see we no longer have the tail lights, as those are going to now be in the rear bumper. Body overall very similar, you know, some subtle changes. But you're also going to have your headlights, which would be, you know, tucked behind these on the real cars. You know, but again, really cool kit. And this one, with what they give you, that would be one worth building right there. Would be really cool. The Villa Riviera. That would be a fun one to build. Maybe one day, we'll see. Here's where they're talking about that. Building your custom or your experimental version. Really interesting. All right, got some cool stuff. You know, on these you kind of have your stock wheels, your mags, wires. You know, really cool stuff. Nice wires they give you in these. You know, similar to a couple of other kits, but so there's kind of a quick look at the old original Rivieras. Give me a second here. I'm going to put this away and we'll wrap up the video. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the little content on the Rivieras from the 265s built, the original kits, you know, and just some general chatter about Rivieras. Really cool. Great kits. Love them. Love the real cars. Really cool. Fits right into that style that I like. So anyways, guys, hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Probably got a couple other videos, at least one more coming up. So keep an eye out for that. And same thing next week. We'll keep things rolling along, guys. Take care. Have a good one.